Cluck Cluck Chicken Lady here. Science experiment day. JK. So one of the biggest questions I get asked from new chicken owners, or honestly even older chicken owners don't know this. It's really a fun thing that I on happenstance found. So how do we, on these cold mornings, keep our chicken water from freezing? How do we not come down here every morning and have to throw out a big thing of water or a little, whatever you use? I happen to use a bunch of 1 gallons, spread it throughout since free range. But you know, some people will have just one big one. So depending on the size of your water tank, it's going to be depending on what size empty container you use. Okay, so water freezes, right? Salt water does not freeze. Now, before you jump to the conclusion, no, I'm not going to be feeding or giving my chickens salt water. I know you're thinking that's bad for them. Yes, it is. It would dehydrate them, all kinds of good stuff. It's not good for them. And, sorry, making sure I didn't have a predator over there. Yes, that would be bad for them. So, what we're going to do is make a bottle of salt water, one that will fit in your container that you can submerge. So, I know probably you're thinking, well, how is that going to, this bottle's not going to freeze, that water's not going to freeze, right? Wrong. This water is going to stay at above freezing, which the surrounding water will stay above freezing. You still might get a little bit of ice around the edge, but in total, the non-freezing water is going to be more, and even if you do get a little bit of ice around the edge, it's going to thaw out really quick once the sun comes up. So, how much? Up to you. I probably do more than I need to, because I actually don't want to redo these bottles a lot, so I want the salt to last. So, I'm making a mess with this salt. That's what you get for buying a cheap salt and a cheap thing. I don't actually use this kind of salt to eat with. This is literally, so I'm putting about that much in. I use Himalayan pink salt to eat, or Celtic salt. I literally just have that for doing stuff like this. We'll fill this up with water. You don't have to watch this part if you don't want, because I mean it's pretty self-explanatory at this point. So I leave a little bit left because I'm going to shake it. Now if you don't shake it, it's probably going to be fine. Alright. Now another problem, or not another problem, but a problem with this is you are going to have less room for the actual water in there. You know, it's a small price to pay not to have to thaw water out every frickin' morning. And that's what it will happen. You've got food. That's my other stray cat, Ethel. Y'all seen Lucy? I've got another stray cat. I named it Ethel. Lucy and Ethel, everybody. Alright, so now this is the size that I use. I use a bunch of them. I put it in that way because this will be flipped up. I don't think that matters. So then I just fill this with water. I don't know if y'all can see the steam coming off. Makes it look like I'm really doing a science experiment. Alright. Voila. We are done. Now, speaking of water things, plastic you have to clean more. Y'all want to see how cold it is? These eyes, I just took off the water thing. Alright, so that's how we do that. How exciting is that? How easy is that? And, you know, it's going to make your life a lot easier. You know, if you have those containers for animals, outside that you may, you know, I don't know if you keep your dogs outside or that's something you could do for them too. So, what do y'all think? Easy enough? I think that's cheaping the truth of Dave. CD, get off of that coop. I don't like it when you're up there. Alright, so I have had a lot of questions about some of my, so far about my winter accessories. I make them all. You know, crocheting was and is therapy to me. My husband says he knows when I've had a bad day because I can finish a blanket in a day if I'm really needing my therapy. So, but yes, no, I do not sell my crochet goods. I feel bad because crocheting happened to come naturally to me. But if you want one, I would be willing to make you one if you just pay for postage. So, I'm glad I wasn't leaning against that. So, cluck cluck everybody. I hope this was informative. It is a question that I get asked a lot, even by some weathered chicken keepers. Science. Pay attention in science class. That was one of the first things I ever learned from science class that I used in real life. So, cluck cluck everybody.